Hey, Shalom. Um, Kalala Yahweh Shemyaw Shai by Shemra Chakwadas, double honesty apostles, knows great millstone, Shalom to hopefully elect. I'm a warrior from the Modesto camp, in California. Uh, you know, just on a break right now, so we're gonna run through some scripts, wherever the spirit leads. Man, you know, as it tells you in the scriptures, bro, it's high time to wake out of sleep. We got all kinds of things going on. So it's a Revelation 13. Um um yeah, Revelation 13 and 11, and that knowing the time, right? So uh bro, you should be able to see the time. Like, hey man, it talks about the when the fig tree, when the leaves start falling off, like, you know what time of the year it is, you know. So the scriptures talk about measuring the time diligently in itself. When you see uproars of the people all around the world, and famines and plagues and pestilences, um, that it is, you shall well know that it is the same time the highest shall begin to visit the world which he made. So it is high time to wake out of sleep. That's why that was heavily, what I seen being pushed was seek ye Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai while he may be found, because that's the only help that you're gonna get is through Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, is through those names. You have to believe in those names, man. And the only way that you could really believe in those names is through the Spirit of the Lord. The Lord has to give those names to you. He has to sup with you. He has to wake you up. He got to bring you. He got to bring you in. He's got to give you the information. The spirit has to enter in. All right, because it tells you in the scriptures. Romans 11:7. All right, the election have obtained it, but the rest were blinded. All right, to the and what is everybody blinded to the fact. All right, that the scriptures are first of all, they're are the truth. But you have to have the correct understanding of the scriptures. All right, knowing what time it is, knowing who the Israelites are, who Esau Edom is, right? Knowing that America is Babylon the Great, and Rome, and Esau Edom is a so-called white man, starting with these international banking families. You have to know all these things, all these things, and that you have to believe. All right, but only the Lord. Hey, man, only the elect are gonna receive it. So it's just, we're at the end, and we're just pushing this word until this word gets taken away. Because, hey, if you've been watching, and you ain't been moving on it. I remember there was a guy that came up to the camp, talking about that he's been watching for 5 years, and he was still in the world. Like, he still had the spirit of the world on him. He had like a Mongolian haircut. He looked like a kind of thuggish and whatnot. But he talking about he been watching for 5 years. What I mean, if you're one of these guys, bro, like, if you don't do something, if you don't you know actually make a move on it, put in some type of effort, man, put in some type of work, you're gonna be destroyed, man. All right, because the scriptures tell you you're gonna be saved by works and by faith. Okay, by works and by faith. You have to have both of those things, right? You got to have faith and works. All right. So the videos are still going up, but who knows for how long, man? The Lord could shut this thing down at any moment. It tells you in the scriptures, once the elect are sealed. Slovakia, this is. Once the elect are sealed, the Lord is going to unleash the destruction. And you already see, all right, the destruction coming to pass. And you see all these people bugging out, waxing worse and worse, the world becoming more and more volatile and wicked. All right, more and more madness is coming to pass. And of course, Esau, he got a short time, man. He got a short time. The so-called white man is the devil according to the Bible. And Revelation 12 and 12, it lets you know that he's going to come down having great wrath because he know that he had a short time. All right. The Lord is going to force this guy to move, because it talks about how he going to, they have all these agendas and shit, agenda fucking, 2030 and agenda 2040 and all this dumbass shit, all these plans that they have. But the Lord is speeding up the time. The Lord is not allowing this guy to just drag his feet anymore. The Lord is forcing this dude. How about Shem Yahushua is forcing this guy to move, man? All right, that's why you see things happening so quickly, and things are only going to speed up. It's only gonna get faster and faster, until the Lord gets us out of here. Lord willing, we're of the elect. Myself, and sincere brothers, a brother that's with me, like, save us and our families, our children, and whoever else. Because it's not just gonna be the 144,000. It's also gonna be, a great multitude, or which is the 1/3. All right, that are going to support, and of course you got Isaiah 4:1, but the prophets and the friends of the prophets, Lord willing, we be prophets. All right, prophets prophesied, man, and so hey, it's high time to awake out of sleep. Romans 13:11, knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. Now it is fucking high time to awake out of sleep. It's time to move, man. The Lord's calling, bro. The Lord's saying, look, I'm coming. I'm coming, bro. So it's real. It's happening right now. Jacob's trouble, everything, we've been talking about. All right. We've been getting ready for. All right. Just preparing our minds for. All right. You know, preparing our faith for. Is for this time, man. All right. Everything we've been going through, all the, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of your times. All the things that we've been going through and, dealt with. All right. It's all been a learning process to build us up for this time. You know what I'm saying? For us to build our understanding, for us to build our faith, our patience, knowing that, the Lord will fight for you. The Lord will deliver you out of any situation. All right. Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. Right? The night is far spent, the day is at hand. All right, the night, the darkness, the gross darkness that's been covering this world, the day is at hand, which with the revelation of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Shai, the Lord return on the chariots and reveal himself, and all the nations shall weep and wail at his coming when they see that, who Yahweh Shai is. And they go, oh man, those Israelites were talking that said that this was it, that this was what was gonna happen, and that's exactly how it's gonna go down, man. It says they're gonna be in pitiful case, all right, that despise my word. So you know, it's time to stop playing, man. If you watch these videos and stuff, but you haven't, all right, done anything about it, I mean, it's time to make a decision, bro. You either just gonna, I don't know, man. You gotta make a decision though, cause the Lord, the Lord's about to start destroying people, man, on a massive scale. And once the Lord starts destroying people, it's not gonna stop, man. Once the Lord starts, sweeping through with death, it's not gonna stop, man. Romans 13:12. The night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness, and let us put on the armor of light. Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting or drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Yahushua Mashiach, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lust thereof. It's time to be totally locked into the spirit and doing all that you can to stand. All right. You see the finish line. It's time to finish strong. You know, it's really here. We're at the finish line, bro. We're at the finish line. You know what I mean? So it's time to tap in to all the energy that you have and exert it, man, like a sprinter. It's time to push it. It's time to push it, man. Put the pedal to the metal, man, for real. We're in that time, man. Um, so cast off the works of dark and cast off this world. Fuck this world, man. All right, different demons that you might have been dealing with or struggling with, different sins or whatever. It's time to really, man, you gotta work them things out, man, and just be in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai, as much as you possibly can, bro. As much like you have to have, like, of course, there's still a balance. Like hey, man, we're still here in these last few moments, but seek Yahweh Shem Shai as much as possible, because you're gonna need every drop of faith, of hope, of confidence, of belief that you can possibly squeeze out. You're gonna listen to the videos, listen to the brothers. You're gonna want every piece of information that you can get, man. So hopefully it's edifying and exhorting. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Shai, Bashem Hakakodash, double honors to the apostles and those great millstone. Shalom to hopefully late, man.